So Alibaba's Qwen team just launched QwQ-Max Preview, their version of a reasoning model with an open source release coming soon. So we'll break down what QwQ-Max can do now, how it improves deep reasoning, and why this open source release could affect the entire AI industry. Let's take a look at a few examples. So all of it started when Qwen posted on X here with their new release, and the main thing that people are talking about is that QwQ-Max and Qwen 2.5 Max is under the license of Apache 2, which will be both open weight and open sourced. There's a lot of things that it can do, from coding to agentic, making games and stuff like that. But I think the most people actually want to know about is how does it compare? So this is the Cypher Bench V1. You can see that O1 Pro is at the top, O3 Mini High, O1, O3 Mini, and then we get QwQ-Max Preview at 32 here, beating Grok 3 Thinking and DeepSeek R1. DeepSeek R1 was obviously the thing that happened that got a lot of news recently. And to see Alibaba basically take the exact same model of open sourcing it and open weighting it and giving it to giving it for free on their actual software is really cool to see. If you haven't checked it out yet, you can go to chat.qwen.ai, and here in the top you can see that you have many different versions to pick between: 2.5, 2.5 Plus, 2.5 VL, so there's a vision language model, and a lot of other things. Now, let's take a look at a couple of videos just to see what it can do. So this is the coding video, and as you can see, write a script for 100 bouncing yellow balls. This is probably sped up this result here, but you can see the reasoning as well as the Java code being written right here in front of us. Here we get the key features as well. And now they're going to go into and test it. And you can see that this is one of the coding benchmarks that many models have been able to do. And it's very cool to see that they're able to do that here as well. This one, they have a game. And again, they're doing a very quick fast forward. And here they have a sort of block game that looks inspired by this game 2486. Don't quote me on that. Here we have another game that they made as well. This is more a board game web page. Again, we get the music that I'm gonna mute. And here you see this hexagonal game here that, again, looks very cool. And honestly, I would like to join and make my own game with just one prompt. So to see it actually being able to do this is very cool. But what about agents? So here you can see that you actually have the ability to add tools. So take a look at the logistics tracker, weather service, QR code generator, HK stock charts. And these are all tools like actions and plugins that you can add to the LLM to get it to do things that it might not be able to do otherwise. Other tools that other LLMs have is, for example, getting access to Google Calendar, or even, like we'll talk about in another segment, you can get it to order food for you. You could get it to be connected with Uber and get the different things through that. Written in Chinese here. And here you can see that it's able to generate beautiful images right here in the chat. And it seems like it's doing some other things. I wish I knew Chinese. One thing that I do know is that I love Xi Jinping. Now we're going on to math, and I'm definitely not Chinese enough for that.
Yeah, say that.
Is that racist? It's not racist, right? It's just funny.
Don't think it is. Just a funny stereotype. Doesn't hurt anyone.
You can also see more examples like math, creative writing, and a lot of other things. There's also another benchmark here on Live Code Bench where it actually performs at the 4th spot here. And what people are wondering about is the size, right? Because this is going to run on your local computer, which means that the size is very, very important. Now, they haven't actually released any statement of how big it's actually going to be, but they have actually told us that it's going to be open sourced in the Apache 2.0 that is coming soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the exact same prompt into Qwen 2.5, Claude, Grok, and ChatGPT, and with the help of editing, you can get the results right away. And the prompt is going to be: a rooster lays an egg on the roof of a slanted barn. Which way does the egg roll? And the answer here is that a rooster cannot lay eggs, right? So let's see if we can get it right. I'll put it inside of Claude, Grok, and ChatGPT having the O3 Mini High. So Mike, do you have any preference? Do you have any front runner? Which one do you think is going to win? I think I have mine on Claude 3.7. Is any of them going to fail?
My guess was Qwen's going to fail, but I just saw a second ago when you were scrolling through that you actually got your answer right. I don't know. Maybe all of them will win.
All right, let's take a look. Hey, by the way, if you like this video, click on subscribe. Also, check out the full video over on our podcast channel. You can find that in the link in the description. Now, let's get back to it. All right, let's take a look. Roosters, male chickens do not lay eggs. Qwen 2.5, passing the test. Claude, roosters don't lay eggs. All right, it nailed it. Grok, a rooster lays an egg, which, let's carefully consider this scenario. Since a rooster cannot lay an egg, there is no egg to roll in this scenario. So that's another pass with that one. And ChatGPT, roosters don't lay eggs. Very concise, not even a message here, just literally the statement, which it nailed completely. So you can see the different outputs here, which is kind of interesting as well. Grok being very long, Claude 3.7 being quite short. And the same with Qwen 2.5 as well, a very short and concise answer that they all managed to do. The following sentence is false. The previous sentence is true. Is this statement true or false? I'm going to give that to Claude 3.7 once again. I'm going to give it to Grok as well as ChatGPT here to see what the answer is. Now, the correct answer here is you cannot actually get this sentence to be true or false because it's logically contradicting each other. So let's take a look at what Qwen said here. Let's break it down. The final answer is the statements form a paradox and cannot be definitely classified as true or false, and that is correct. Claude 3.7 here says, since both possible assumptions lead to contradictions, this statement forms a paradox that cannot be consistently classified as either true or false with standard two-valued logic. So again, it is nailing it and also saying the liar's paradox here, which is also completely correct. Grok 3 says, therefore, the statement is neither true nor false. It's a paradox. And ChatGPT says as well, they are paradoxical. So it was able to nail this test as well. I feel like we can give it a harder one. And so here we have a very specific automation question that we have gotten wrong answers from before. It's about a make ChatGPT model that outputs one bundle, but we want to have multiple bundles. What do we do? And the answer that's going to be correct here is going to be to use an iterator. So this is a little bit more specific. I don't think that they have these questions in their training data, so they might have to think and reason a little bit harder than before. So Qwen said a lot of different things, and it actually modified code and wanted to do a lot of things like that, with the final answer being structure your code to generate a list of JSON objects. All right, let's see what Claude 3.7 said here. After your ChatGPT module, you can add an iterator module. So this is a correct answer, right?
Yeah, the simplest way around the iterator module. I'm not sure what Qwen was thinking of that.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting output. Let's see with Grok 3 here. Steps to have, here we go. Add an iterator module and configure it. That seems like the right way to go around it. And it even has some code here that you can copy paste to make it easier. let's take a look at ChatGPT here, add an iterator module. So this was the first time that we got actually Qwen to not perform so well here. Instead, modifying the code to have multiple output, it seems like, and generate bundles, which is not really the best way to go about it. So I guess we broke it. So it seems like it's in this list of right around here, with Grok 3 being able to actually do it, of course. And I bet that we will be able to get this one to do it as well. So if you're considering switching over to Qwen, if you are using other models, it might not be worth considering, but it does have video model inside that in about a month or so, they are going to add this into Qwen 2.5. So it might be interesting to check out the video generation module here. And for what they're doing, having it all open source, open models, China and Alibaba specifically is taking leaps ahead, because they really didn't have a model until about 1 month ago. And now to see that they're on par with the other models, as well as releasing better video models, image models, and things like that, is really beautiful to see. We're gonna stay on top of Qwen 2 and notify you if it gets better over time. Hey, so if you loved this clip, we actually have a full-length podcast that you can check out in the link in the description down below. A lot more to cover. All right, see you there.